away from opening. Can't
invite you to turn off the and turn on the game.
Deflected!
Get in there.
Yes, baby!
Good evening, St. Louis. Well, we're going for another little run of the video. My name's Pete Wood. I'm the host of the City Voice podcast. I also do a little bit of marketing on the side, but the podcast is the real passion. I'm going to be joined on the stage today by Kristen Carver. Welcome, Kristen Carver.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you. Thank you.
This is amazing. This is amazing to see so many familiar faces out here. It's great to see people that represent the North End of St. Louis City. Let's have a woo for them. I'm seeing some podcasters and vodcasters in here. Fan media out here. I think we've got some of the best in St. Louis. So thank you for being in the audience today. It's brilliant to see so many young people out here. And I say that I'm really glad to see so many people show up because I have a deep insecurity about people not showing up. It was a birthday party incident when I'm younger. So I'm happy to see you up. And I think one of the things that I really learned about coming to St. Louis was that you show up and you make noise and it's never in doubt. And I want you to know that we really, really appreciate that. We do not take that for granted. And we hope that we're going to throw you a really, really exciting night. And just before we get into it, I want to sort of tell the Genesis story because this is the third City Live that we've done. And we're wrapping a City Voice podcast. And I think the City Voice podcast, the genesis of it came in like my first week here. In my first day, I got off a plane from New York and Matt Sebek, my boss, was like, we're going to a bar called the Golden Hoosier. Is that how you pronounce it?
Great spot.
And he said, we're going to go and meet like 30 to 40 fans of the club. I'm like, but we don't have any players. We don't have a training ground. Like there's nothing going on. What are we going to talk about? He said, listen, St. Louis fans are crazy. So I showed up to this event and everybody's there and they're there on the basis of an idea, the genesis of an idea. And one of the things that we were told is like, don't disrespect this audience. Like we want to see good content. We want you to go deep. We want to know the stories of the players. We want to know the story of the stadium. So the City Voice was born almost 5 years ago. So this is the fifth year. And we made sure that we put on a show this evening. Let me tell you, everybody wanted to be part of the City Voice podcast. Edmund in ticketing, he's like, Pete, get me up on that stage. I've got things to say. I'm like, not today, Edmund. Not today. So Kristen, why don't you share who we've got as the runner show today?
Well, before I share who we have joining Pete, can we make some noise for Pete Wood up here, please? Our host tonight. And we need to show him some extra love because Arsenal got a draw today.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, so we have some exciting guests joining Pete, and we have a very, very busy week. Show of hands. Who's going to be there on Saturday? Energizer Park? Okay, so as you know, we got a busy week. So thank you to all of our guests joining us and taking time out of their busy, busy schedule. Like our CEO and owner, Carolyn Kindle. She'll be kicking this show off tonight. Make some noise for her, please. She's looking good in her gold jacket. You'll see in just a bit. And then we have our Chief Experience Officer, Matt Sebek, joining us as well. Make some noise, make some noise. He's here. He's going to be talking all things about the Tina Turner kid and the food. We got some of the food partners here as well. And then we have our head coach, Yoann Damet, joining us, which has been very cool to have him.
Very cool.
Then our sporting director, Corey Wray, as well in the building tonight. And then, of course, some select few players from your 2026 St. Louis City squad. So, Pete, what do you say we get the party started?
Let's get this party started. So I want to welcome to the stage CEO and owner, Carolyn Kindle. Welcome to the stage, Carolyn. Okay, this is very exciting to have you on the stage. I've asked a lot of you this week. How have you been? Such a busy 5 months.
It's been an incredibly busy 5 months, but I am actually so excited. So obviously a lot of new faces, Corey Wray, Yoann, new players. But after spending some time in Coachella with them, I think our leadership and sporting department is the best that it could be and has ever been. There's a lot of plans. There's a lot of clarification on the style of play, who we want to look like, why Energizer Park needs to be scary to come and play if you're an opposing team. But seeing the camaraderie and the excitement the players had is exactly what you want to see as an owner.
I think you're a really good judge of energy in and around the club. You've been here since day dot before, we had anything. How do you rank the energy at this current moment in and around the club?
I would say that it's probably the highest I've seen since 2023, if I'm being honest. But you're watching a team come together. You're watching a team want to play together. And some of Yoann's principles, and I'm sure he'll talk about them tonight, are all for City. You have to play your hardest. But you still have to have fun. You still have to enjoy the game. And I think that these players have really been excited about that because there's a clear direction, and everything from myself to Diego, Corey, all the way down, we're actually getting coached on how we need to make sure that we instill these playing principles, but just being a City SC player in itself. And so I personally really enjoy the fact that we're all saying the exact same thing because we have to clarify what that style of play is. And I agree. I want Energizer Park to be a terrifying place when you step foot when you're an opponent.
That sounds pretty good to me. How about you? Yeah, that's what we want to hear. Let's talk about squad. There's been a lot of movement so far. And one of the big question fans have been asking, and I don't know whether this is taking things too far. This is kind of my boss. Fans are asking, if the opportunity comes up and it's the right opportunity, are you prepared to invest big?
Absolutely. I mean, when you look at the ownership group, we're ambitious.
Let's have a cheer. Come on. I know you all wanted to.
Man, I got to start all over again. I was so hyped up to answer the question. We are an ambitious ownership group. If you look at the ownership group, they have two very successful companies. Failure is not an option. We are competitive. Now, full disclosure, we've had 2 seasons that we were not proud of, and that made us all come back together and really decide what we needed to do, and you're seeing those changes being made. Corey has been told that the ownership group is willing to invest, but we all know that money doesn't necessarily make the best team. It's the player. It's the right time. It's the right fit. And more importantly, they have to be able to understand that vision that Corey and Yoann are creating. I will also say that it's not just about the players. Corey has hired 7 people since he got here in November. We're building a world-class back office that includes a director of recruitment and scouting, solely focused on trying to find that talent, an assistant sporting director, director of operations, 2 new assistant coaches. There's so many that I even confuse myself. But in order to have that world-class group on the pitch, they have to be well supported, and that's also what we're building as well.
That's pretty exciting. Okay, I've got a question, and this was originally going somewhere else, but I knew that you'd find this important. We've got Joseph Tober. Your thoughts on how the new schedule format and how will that impact our club? And the big question, will there be more hot chocolate vendors when the switch happens? I know we're all thinking that as well, right?
Let me start with the easier question. Definitely more hot chocolate vendors.
Woo!
Hopefully they have a good selection of liqueurs to put in them on those cold days. Actually, no, I've been a huge fan of the calendar change from the beginning, and here's why. In the Midwest, we're going to start our first home match on February 21st, and it's going to be 42 degrees, right? But if you look at the calendar change, 90% of our footprint of matches don't change. I mean, it is going to be cold at some matches. It's going to be hot on some matches, but we've survived it and we've lived through it. I think the thing that I'm most excited about, and something that I've learned in my journey the last 5 years, is that not being on the same cycle as the European leagues, the acquisition of players was very difficult. It had a tendency to be more expensive. You weren't necessarily getting access to the best talent out there. And so now that we're mirroring the rest of the world, the thing that makes me the most excited is it's now more of a level playing field when we're getting talent. And I want to make sure that we have access to the best talent at also the best acquisition costs. And that to me is why I am a huge fan of this. We'll navigate the weather. We might have a few, matches when we start back up early in the calendar year in the South. Great time for summer break, or spring break, I should say. But yes, I personally am very excited about it.
That's fantastic. Okay, final question. What's the one thing you'd like everyone in this room to leave thinking about tonight?
Okay, this is going to be tough. I'm going to start with, again, we are an ambitious ownership group. But I say this because I do believe that we are in playoff contention. I'm going to be very clear about how I say that. Because I believe this group is going to come together unlike any group we've had before. And we are not failures. We are not losers. We are competitors. We're winners, and we're going to do everything we can to get there. I think there's going to be some surprises. I'm excited to see what our new players are bringing to the table. Young, aggressive, really good at what they do. So I want everybody to leave here knowing we are ambitious. We will make the investments. And I do think that this year is where we're going to turn the corner. And I can't wait to celebrate this year with all of you.
That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. Okay, thank you very much, Carolyn. That was absolutely awesome. Big round of applause for Carolyn. Our next guest, little precursor. He is my boss, so I'm going to have to go easy on him. Matt Sebek, Chief Experience Officer. Welcome to the stage. No one loves St. Louis as much as you, that's for sure. I've learned a lot.
Pete, you've only seen that video about 17 times.
I know. I
Stamp the end on us.
I'm embarrassed. Matt, let's talk. It's been a whirlwind postseason for the front office as well. What are you most excited about as we head into season 4? Can you believe it's season 4?
Season 4, year 5. It's a little crazy. I mean, it sounds trite, but it's getting together with the fans. I mean, we were both involved in a process where, you're building a stadium and you're seeing this thing get built. And I remember these conversations with staff. It's like, there's still something missing. And it's the soul. It's the soul that the fans bring on game day. So I'm so pumped to get in that building on Saturday. I was so pumped for tonight, the kit launch last week. Just anything that we get to do with fans really just brings an energy to the front office like no other. So I'm pumped for Saturday.
It's going to be absolutely awesome. Can't wait. City partnered with Tina Turner this year.
Yeah.
You are wearing the shirt right now. Could you talk to us a little bit about how the partnership came? Like, give a little bit of detail, because people are asking questions. Like, you don't just put Tina Turner on a shirt. There's a whole process that goes with it.
Yeah, I think we peel back the onion a little bit and talk about things we haven't talked about before. So, this started in 2023. It's our first year in the league. Things are going great. It's very magical. And we started to plan out really the next 3 years of the club. What storylines we wanted to talk about. We knew 2026 was going to be a really big year for domestic soccer with the World Cup in the summer. We wanted to start the year with a bang. Seattle was coming off a kit partnership with Jimi Hendrix. We saw the success that had, and we started to think. We made a list. Everyone's got their St. Louis celebrities, I'm sure, at the top of your head right now. We had them on a big whiteboard as well. At the time when we were doing this in the summer of 23, Tina Turner somewhat suddenly passed away. And all these stories started to come up of her life and her career, of course, the tie to St. Louis, and we were completely captivated. And of course, we think of her as the star, the global star, the gold, the hair, the dances, all of this. But what we loved was her stories of ups and downs, and the split from Ike, and launching a solo career, and all these awards and accolades. And we really felt like those tributes and the trials and tribulations mirrored St. Louis so well. So we thought, what a great match for that. I think serendipitously, we find ourselves as a club at our own pivotal moment, as Carolyn mentioned. And so those three things together, I think the city, the artist, and the club, we felt like there was some magic there. And, we got to release it to the world last Wednesday.
And the partnership with Powell Hall as well happened earlier in the week. Could you talk to me about what that means from a civic perspective?
I think, hopefully by now, these kit launches are so important for us to start the year, and the storytelling behind it. We like to try to make everything as experiential as possible. And I think you look at the Tina kit, and like we knew when we put gold on a kit, it was going to be a polarizing thing. Kit launches are always polarizing across global football. But hopefully the story in totality, as you look at it, we've raised awareness of Tina's origin story in St. Louis. This has created national and international attention for the city of St. Louis. A kit launch on the cover of Billboard magazine. But then to your point, Pete, to be able to tie in these civic partners like Coca, where every portion of every jersey sold goes to Coca, Center of Creative Arts, that teach kids how to learn, sing, and dance. but then Powell Hall as well, to go from kind of a community organization to kind of one of the most magical organizations and venues in our region, to do this on Sunday night. Hopefully it brings that whole thing full circle. We're really, really proud about all those extensions.
Okay, we've got I believe you're called MLS sickos. Is that what they call you on the internet? I do believe that's how you call them. We've got to give them something exclusive.
Yeah.
When are we wearing the kit for the first time?
Doing this now?
Yeah.
We're going to wear it at home this Saturday.
There we go. Put it on Twitter fast. That is ITK information.
We are pumped, but it's Black History Month. This is our only home game during the month of February with Tina Turner. We're excited to do that. You'll talk to the players a little bit later. They love it. They look brilliant in the kit. It's a day game. I think it's going to be awesome.
Okay, and just to let you know, I am a terminally online person. I spend a lot of time on the internet. I read all of the comments, and I mean every single one. There are sometimes some comments that come up on Reddit, and I want to get in there, but I can't. So we're going to answer one of the big questions. When it comes to kits, Matt, there is always a group of people that are like, let's get a river blue kit for our away kit, right? There might be some people in this room. You don't need to be worried about that opinion. We had a river blue kit when it was the City 2 days when we first started out.
That's right.
Why hasn't there been a river blue kit yet?
Oh, so love river blue, great color. Yeah. I think, the peek behind the curtain on this one is that we have a light and a dark kit. These are just MLS competition guidelines. We launched into the league with City Red, very unique color. Nobody else in the league wears it. But City Red's actually our dark kit, and we wear our dark kit at home, which means our away kit has to be a light color. So we've had challenges with incorporation of river blue. I think a time will come. But for now, again, 4th year in the league, City Red is our color at home. We don't want to deviate from that. But our road kits are ones where we take a big swing, like a gold or other colors in the brand book. So that's why no river blue yet.
And you wouldn't want light blue, right?
No.
Okay, just wanted to double check. Different state,
Pete.
Okay, so let's talk about something that you're not involved in transfers, but you are involved in a kind of market at this time of year that I'm very interested in. It's the food market.
That's right.
It's the in-stadium food. Matt Sebek looks after that with Gerard Kraft. Do you want to talk to me a little bit about what's been going on with you? Because I think we've got some new partners that are actually in the building this evening.
Did everyone get a sample tonight? Everyone try our new food partners tonight?
What about our local partners? Incredible, right?
How great is that? We announced them on Monday. We talk about this internally a lot. Every season should feel a bit like a Netflix show. It's the same plot, but always new characters, new storylines. And food is such a great way to do that. So we introduced 4 new partners here tonight. And I won't do it justice. Why don't we get the man himself, Chef Gerard Kraft? Where's he at? See, yes. Come on up, Chef.
Welcome to the stage, Gerard Kraft.
All right. No music?
I know. What's up with that?
Can't believe this.
Come on.
That's how we treat our chef. You want to tell the audience about our 4 food partners, why we picked them?
Yeah. So every year we go into this scouring the city for our favorite restaurants. And, every year it's a really tough call. And this year I think we stumbled upon 4 that are just amazing. Yeah. So you want me to announce them?
Yeah, no, they know who they are. They tried samples, but why did we pick these 4?
So, Motortown Pizza, we definitely had a hole and a need for some pizza, and Motortown Pizza does Detroit style pizza, crispy edges. It's absolutely delicious. I'm a huge fan personally, and pretty much all of this is just selfish. So all of this is like, I'm a huge fan, and that's why we got it. Taco Buddha. Amazing tacos.
Yeah.
Malinche is some of my favorite tacos, and this is just offering something completely different across the stadium. Their flavors. The other day they had the Thai taco, which was just absolutely incredible. And then Peter Wood, you're responsible for the next one.
I wanted a breakfast sandwich, and I've been banging the table for 3 years. and he's ignored me. And I've gone to HR and I've gone to Carolyn and I've said, he is ignoring me. I need a breakfast sandwich in the building.
Year 4 is your time, Pete.
I'm
So
listening.
I went round him, director.
Remember that. I'm listening. Yeah. So Biscuit Town, I'm a huge fan of the operators. They run Neon Greens, some of the best salads in this town. And then they created this kind of COVID pop-up of Biscuit Town, and just a really incredible product. Great breakfast sandwiches. I really wanted to get Peter Wood to stop talking about breakfast sandwiches. So there we are. And then,
Yeah, I'd say, everyone does such a good job filling out our post-match surveys, giving us a lot of feedback at the end of the year. This was a massive hole in our portfolio, is coffee.
it was all my feedback. Like every game, I was just like, where's coffee? Why don't we have coffee?
So this year we're excited to partner with Goshen Coffee, who's got a coffee house here. Their roasteries in Edwardsville. So they're phenomenal. So we'll have Goshen Coffee at all the major bars across the stadium, and they'll be serving up Americanos, lattes, and some of our premium spaces.
Matt, I'm going to take over the presenting again.
Oh, sorry, Pete. Yes, it's your show.
So a big question. A lot of people want to know, like, how much of the revenue has gone back to local partners? Because the whole point was to, it's not a marketing platform. It's supposed to be a viable business. How much money has gone back?
Over $7 million back into the restaurants. And that is just into the local community. That is just what we can see, right? That's what we can track just through sales in the building. But what we know from all of you guys is that people have gone to those restaurants in the stadium and then made their way to their brick and mortars in their own neighborhoods. And the big goal of this was to give everybody a platform, but also to have people explore St. Louis, right? To explore even Edwardsville on the east side, but get their way all the way out to Ellisville for Malinche. So, it has worked, and the numbers, I think, are way higher than 7 million.
And the samples are still going, as I understand. Correct? Okay, so make sure you get your samples. One final question for Matt Sebek. What's new for the fan experience this year?
Tons of new stuff. We're excited. Pre-game will be totally different. We always mix things up with our match ball presenter. We have a really special one this Saturday. So if you're going to the match, make sure you're there early. But you'll see new music, new hype video, new everything. Again, season 4 of that Netflix show.
Fantastic. Well, let's have a round of applause for Matt Sebek and Gerard Kraft. Okay, now we're heading into the next section. Do you want to meet some players? Let's make some noise, otherwise they won't come out. Okay, I want to welcome to the stage Makai Joyner, Miggy Perez, and Full Fellow. Woo! Here we go. Take a seat, guys. Take a seat. Welcome to the US. What a beautiful welcome there.
Thank you, bro.
Okay, we're gonna start with you, Makai. You were honored as an MLS Next Pro starting 11 player in 2025. What goals have you set for 2026? What are you planning on?
Yeah, so basically my goals for 2026 are, be consistent, be confident in myself this year, and have fun. So
what we like to hear. And you're entering a new system with a new manager. It's a very different to the one that you had before. How excited are you about this new system, and what parts of your game do you think are really going to work well in it?
yeah, so last year, obviously I played as a winger. This year I'm playing as a 10. So filling in those pockets and having my touch better, and having the responsibility of turning and going forward and seeing if I can make an opportunity straight to goal for that. And I'm super excited. So
Sounds pretty exciting. Do you like playing as a 10? Do you enjoy that more, or is that like a position you got to adapt to?
yeah, I love it. I'm willing to play anywhere on the field. I'm just happy that Yoann trusts me to play as a 10. So
Very a bit of exclusive there for you, hey? Miggy, you scored one of the most iconic goals in City's first ever season. Can you talk to us about that moment? Just a little reminder.
Yeah, I think I think that was one of my favorite memories playing for this club, scoring that goal. But I think this year, I'm in 2026, I'm willing to create more moments like that.
That's exciting. And you had stints with Birmingham Legion and City 2 before this. What have you taken from those experiences? Do you feel like you've grown as a player?
Yeah, I think playing with Birmingham, it was for sure tough going down there and living on my own for the first time. But I think when you're faced with challenges, that's when you succeed the most. And then I think playing with City 2 this past year or this last year, I think it was just going out there and playing with joy. I think that's just the main goal for me, just going out there and having fun and working hard.
And just the same question to you. You've gone from a system that doesn't really prioritize possession to a coach that really wants the ball. How is your game changing for that, and how is your position shifting?
Yeah, I think Yoann loves to keep the ball, so I think it's going to be a big part in our game and this team. So to where previously in my career where we've played like not so much with the ball, so I think it's going to be important, a key that we keep the ball and possess it well. Brilliant. Full, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. You?
Yeah, you adapting well to St. Louis?
Yeah.
Awesome. It's brilliant to have you on the stage. You've been with St. Louis for 8 months. What's been the biggest adjustment coming to America?
Yeah, I can say it's a big move for me, and come to US is just like learn another culture, learn another I have another teammate, and have another new coach, have to learn everything new, and yeah, is a big move for me, and yeah, now I'm here to take it and to move forward.
Have you set yourself some goals for 2026 that you could share with the diehards?
Yeah, for 2026, it's just like looking forward to winning, because is a new season, and we just want to win, be a more competitive team, and do a great job for this city, for us to for our career is good, but we want to do a great job for these people, and because they push us and they give us a lot of energy. Yeah.
One of the reasons that you appealed to the club is those penetrating, breaking the lines passes from defense that gets everybody excited. In this new system, do you feel like it's going to allow you to flourish?
Yeah, I can say that I'm the guy who wanna just keep the ball playing, and with the new coach, he's just he wanna keep the ball more, dictate the game, and that's what I like. That's what I wanna do. I think this season is gonna be good for me, and I can help the team more with my quality I have, to break the line and make the team push forward to score some goal.
And this is a question to all three of you. Do you do team nights out? How do you socialize? Where do you go on a night out if you've got a day off? Where would you all go for dinner, or what would you do in your day off?
Yeah, but for me, I can say I'm the guy who not go out, I just stay at home every single time. If I have day off, I would just stay to my PlayStation and stay there with my wife. And yeah, I don't really go out. Maybe it's the guys, they will do.
How about you two?
Yeah, I think on a day off, we all connect and we might go play a round of golf. I think that's on a day off we get rest and we have fun together and go play golf. Who's the best golfer out of you three? Probably me, to be honest.
Yeah. Could I ask a question to all three of you again? Whoever wants to answer. What's the squad most excited about this season? Is there a collective feeling of we're all excited about X, Y, or Z? What's the thing that's driving you at the moment in training sessions?
Yeah, I would say I think we're just super excited to get back in front of these fans again. Like Falu said, you guys do so much for us, so it's only right for us to do something back for you guys, getting all 3 points. So I would say that's it, really.
And I'd love to speak to get your opinion. Is St. Louis City at Energizer Park, is it the loudest stadium in MLS? And what does that mean for your performances when you hear these guys screaming your names?
Yeah, I think Energizer Park is for sure one of the loudest stadiums in the league, and I think when we're out there playing, we feel your guys' energy. It's almost like we're playing with 12th man. So I think it's for sure lively, and be there Saturday.
That's brilliant. Full. I can't let you get away with you don't go out. Where do you go? What's your cheat day look like? Even if you're on your own, where do you sneak out to? What's your favorite place in St. Louis so far?
Yeah, I can say like my favorite place is here in the Foundry. You know, I always every time come here, you know, to buy food, do everything I like, you know, because I have everything around here. And you know, sometimes if I just go home is to see like my people outside. It's just like I drive 15 minutes to see them, and after I just come back home. I don't really know the places, but I can say my best place is here in the Foundry. Yeah.
Right. And this is the last question. I'd love to get a take from all three of you. There's a lot of talk about energy, you know, all around the club at the moment. I'd love to get your take. You've just done, you know, an arduous preseason. You've been to Florida. You've been to Coachella. Like, how is the energy in the camp this year, you know, compared to previous?
Yeah, I think these past 5 weeks, we've all grown as a team. I think building the relationships is the most important thing. And I think just coming back here, I think we're very excited for Saturday, and the energy is at a high.
I would say, you know, when we got to Florida, we were all so excited to be together. Yoann, you know, he told us straight up like what we were gonna do, and it was super clear. So when we went out to the field, it was super fun. We all connected, but like I just felt like the chemistry was already there as soon as I stepped on the field. So it's just been all highs.
That's awesome. Paul?
Yeah, I can say also like I was a little bit outside, but I can see in the team like everyone wanna learn, everyone wanna, you know, prove, and is a new coach and is on like a new system, and you know every weekend everyone they work like people they work hard to, you know, the weekend they show something new, you know, and I think that's a very good for the team, and that's very good like for us to for the season also. Yeah.
Okay, and I lied. We have one more question, and I'm going to go over to Kristen.
I'm here with one fan over here. I'll let her introduce herself and ask her first out of 2 questions.
Hi, guys. So my name is Sherry. And before I ask the questions, I just kind of preface it. So I'm an educator in St. Louis. And thank you. And I actually work with multilingual families every day, and including families from Central America, Africa, even Senegal. I have some families from Senegal in our district. So my first question is, soccer brings together many people from so many different languages and backgrounds. What do you think young players can learn about culture and teamwork through the game?
Yeah, I think MLS is a very diverse league, so I think we have new players coming in from different countries. And I think just whenever a new teammate comes in, you introduce yourself and you just get to talk to them. Like when we're in the locker room, you just find out what culture they're from and what backgrounds they come from. So I think it is very unique, and I just listen to them and just take, it's very cool to listen to because they come from different backgrounds and stuff. So, yeah.
Cool, thank you. My second question, it's again around culture, but St. Louis has such a strong soccer culture. How do you see the team influencing young players as they grow up here in St. Louis?
Yeah, I would say, you know, when we step onto the field together as a whole, I mean, I would say our priority is to, you know, give hope to those little kids that they can do what we're doing. A good example I would say is like me and Miguel. We were homegrowns, and you know, we were pretty young when we signed our contract. So I hope that gave other kids like, you know what, if they can do it, I can do it too. So, you know, like the sky's the limit. So for any kid that's in here, like if your goal is to be a professional soccer player, like put your mind to it, and I promise you can do it. So.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sherry.
There we go. That's our first player panel. Want to say a big thank you to Full, me, and Mikhail. Thank you very much. They got a little ball that they're going to give out. You can have the ball, man. Yeah, just leave it on there. That's great.
Thank you. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. You're fucking great.
Okay. We ready for group 2 of St. Louis City SC players? Okay. Group 2, we got Simon Betcher, Carl Heber, and Timo Baumgartel. Welcome to the stage. I love that Timo's wearing the gold. Welcome to the stage, guys. How you doing?
Great.
We want to check those mics are working. We just got to check the mics are working. Okay, Simon, I'm going to start with you. Klaus, you had an extremely close relationship with him. He's gone. The striking dynamic has changed. Are you excited about the new responsibilities? Are you looking forward to this season in a way that maybe is different than last year?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, firstly, I think losing Klaus as a person, wishing him all the best. It's something that definitely changes the dynamic. But yeah, going forward, I think, fully ready to, step into a bigger role. And I think it's a role I'm familiar with. In my time here, it's something I've done quite a bit. And full focus on scoring goals and helping this team win games. And, when we see him in July, giving him a nice little kick.
That's what I like to hear. Kyle, you've been here since the start, since the City 2 days, way back when. How do you feel about what the latest changes are going to do for the football, and what are your expectations of the team heading into this season?
Yeah. Having been here since the start of the club, it's cool to see how things have changed. I was here before the facility and everything was built. But it's a really good feeling with this group, with the coaching staff, the new sporting side, the players. I just think we've had a chance to bond this time in preseason like we haven't before, come together. It's a really good group. You can tell all this time away together, we like to spend time together. And I think that feeling and that sense of togetherness will translate on the field. So I'm excited.
Timo, you seem to have settled into the American way of life. Is that true? Are you enjoying it over here?
I mean, I have a son who is American now, so.
Yeah.
I mean.
There you go. So what are your hopes this season, and is your game changing with the system? And you've played in possession-based teams before. Is this more of a natural shift for you?
I mean, first of all, we want to win more games than last year. That's the goal, I think, for everyone.
Well,
I think we as a team, as the guys mentioned, we connected in this preseason. We have a new philosophy. We have a new, more ball possession style of playing, which is more exciting, I think, for the guys in the stadium, in the stands. I hope we're gonna entertain them more, scoring more goals. We have Simon now in front, scoring a lot of goals, I think, this season. No pressure at all. So we're looking forward to this new season. And I mean, I'm raised as a ball possession player, so it fits for me as well. I'm looking forward to work with all the guys, and I think we got some steps in the preseason.
Simon, you mentioned that you're used to what you're being asked to do now. Could you tell the audience what's the shift? What are you being asked to do that's maybe different from what you have done under previous coaches here?
Yeah, I think going into this year, we want to be aggressive. I think, that's one of the qualities that I can bring, in the press. I think we want to play a St. Louis style of soccer, a style that excites, a style that brings people to the park, and a style that wins games. So, for me, leading the front line with energy, with press, and winning the ball high up the field. And then when we have it, attracting the team, but also keeping the ball, but not pointlessly, with the intent to hurt teams and to score goals and win games. So for me, that's something that I think fits my profile well. Very high energy, very antagonistic, very, I want to bring a lot of fight and a lot of fire to the front line and, ultimately score goals.
It's cheeky to ask, and I don't need a number, but do you set yourself a goal-scoring target at the start of the season?
Good question.
Always.
Yeah? Can you tell us?
Goals and assists.
Goals and assists.
It doesn't matter as long as the ball ends up in the back of the net, but 15 plus. Why not?
Kyle, you've played a number of roles in the team defensively, very versatile as a player. Is there a settled position for you to be in this year? Have you had those sorts of discussions? And, you've been here for a long time. Like this possession-based system is a bit different to what you've played for at a professional level. Is it a difficult adaptation, what you're being asked to do, or are you excited about, what's to come?
Yeah, very excited. I think, in college, I was primarily a left center back. I spent a lot of time on the left, but I've bounced between left and right. And last year, a little bit more all over the place. But I think this style especially suits me, just being able to, if we are a back three or a back five, whatever you want to call it, be like a left or a right center back where you have a little bit more mobility, but you can fill in a couple of different roles and really wherever the coach needs me or wants me, just want to be on the field, to be honest.
And Timo and Carl, this question's for you. Do you set like clean sheet objectives for the season? Is it like a collective, or like how do defenders set targets for the season?
I think Roman is coming later this evening, so better ask the question.
Yeah, put it on Roman. Kyle?
I know we discussed it as a group actually on Monday, some collective goals. And I think our record over the last 3 years, the most we've had was 8. So we want to eclipse that this year.
It's very exciting. Timo, this next question is for you, and this was not predicated on you wearing that gold jacket, which I love, but you are known for your fashion sense. You're a man that likes his clothes. How has your fashion adapted since you've been here? And Simon, I know that you are also very fashion forward and you love it, and you carve too. I'm not upsetting it. I want to say
you can be honest, Pete.
I'm not taking favorites. But how are you adapting to the American fashion sense, or are you still keeping some of that European going?
I mean, I would say it's different here. We Germans used to wear like not street clothes in like a grocery store where you guys just go in a tracksuit and you don't care, like basically. But for the rest, there's a big influence. I like a lot of brands from America, so that's actually a good thing for me. I'm trying to express my character also with my clothes. I think Simon has also a good style, so we're connecting together. We're talking about that, and I think we like both the same brands actually.
Do you have a shop in St. Louis that you go to?
A lot of vintage shops. I try to pull from different places, and not really stick to one brand. Like Timo said, kind of a personal expression. But in free time, sometimes just try to riff through different vintage shops. So.
Word on the street is that you're a competitive pickleball player. Is that true?
Pretty competitive. Kyle, actually, I will admit, Kyle is probably the best pickleball player on the team.
That's some exclusive. That's some exclusive stuff. Do you two play a lot? Do you play in the league on your own, Kyle?
Did we play once or twice this off season? Once? Twice. Played twice.
Timo was there too as well, right? No,
I was not invited.
No, Timo got hurt in off season, like getting out of his car. He was out for like 2 weeks. It was the strangest injury we've ever had.
Turning 30 this year, I mean, that works, eh?
Okay, final question from me to all of you. Like, I want to ask, how you're feeling about like this season. Like, what's the confidence like? What are your expectations going for the season? Like, anyone can answer it.
I mean, as I learned as a new American, every team goes into the season with a big goal to win as much as possible and go to playoffs, and then everything is possible. I think that's the goal for us, reaching the playoffs, and then then if everything is possible, we set us high goals. Also in US Open Cup, we wanna win this first trophy for the club. So. That's basically our goals. If I forgot something, you can jump in, but I think that's other goals for us.
Okay, final question, and we're going back to Kristen.
Over here, I have Joseph. Joseph, go ahead and ask your question.
All right. Hey guys, thanks for being here tonight. Hopefully this one isn't too crazy. Now that you all have had an opportunity to experience St. Louis City, the club's crazy fans, the club itself, what would you tell players from around the world why they should come to St. Louis to live and to play?
Loudest fans and the best fans. Why don't you guys say, come on?
I would say it.
I've played soccer in St. Louis for a while now, and I've left and I've come back, and I can say that St. Louis loves their sports. And I've played here as an away player, and coming back and playing here as a home player is much better. And And it has, truly a European feel, the way, walking in grocery stores, seeing the support, people wearing their jerseys, on a Sunday morning after a game, after a win. It's special. It makes it special to play for this club in this city. And, it's a community. And I think it's similar to that across the world. It's as good as it gets in America for soccer. So, for me, that's why I love to play here. And I think, that's why, anyone would be lucky to play here.
That's great. Thank you very much.
There we go. So, round of applause for the guys there. Thank you so much. Wasn't that great? Okay, do we want to meet another group of players? That's why you're here. It's why you're here. Welcome to the stage, Thomas Ostrak, Celio Pompeo, and Lucas McNaughton. Big round of applause, City. Big round of applause.
How you doing?
How we doing, guys?
Great. Very good, very good. Very good.
How you feeling on the eve of the home opener? Are you all excited? Like particularly you, Lucas.
I'm super excited. I mean, the city's excited. You guys are excited, so I'm happy to be here and get it rolling.
Yes, sir.
Celio?
I'm very excited, guys. Can't wait for Saturday, packed stadium, and hopefully I win.
That's what we like. Thomas, you good?
Yes, sir. I'm very good. Guys, to see you here again, it's make me proud to be here, and just to see you guys again here, it's very nice. Thank you guys for coming.
Thomas, you've been part of the club for a long time now. What feels different about this season?
Of course, a lot of personal changes, but yeah, I believe the people, when the guys who are coming, I feel like they are very ambitious, very professional, and very, very positive for me. And yeah, it's very nice to see it. And that's it.
Lucas, you are new to the club. How has settling in been so far for you?
It's been very easy. I mean, the two guys sitting next to me, the whole locker room is just so positive. So exciting, and really just great people all around, from the locker room to even you guys that I've already met in the streets, and hopefully meet a lot more of you soon.
And Lucas, staying on you, you had options of different places to go. What drew you to the project here? What got you excited?
I think being in the league in when St. Louis came into the league, it was just so unbelievable to see everything that was going on with the stadium, the fans, going to play in St. Louis was something that you were like, wow, that looks exciting. So seeing that aspect, and then also within the league guys talk, St. Louis is a place that everybody said is a fantastic club, and somewhere that you want to live and play and represent. So all those things, made me want to be here.
That's awesome to hear. Celio, Yoann wants to play a more expansive game this year. As a Brazilian, does that excite you? And what are you hoping to bring to the squad this season?
Yes, of course, it's very exciting. He has a very offensive style. He likes to take risks, of course, with responsibility. But yes, and I think that's the way to be successful, taking risk and being aggressive. I think it's a lot of defense going to be very exciting coming to the games, and hopefully to show to them in the games.
And how are you feeling about your game heading into the season? Is the confidence high?
Yes, so always high, always trying to make everybody confident, the new guys, making them welcome so they can perform well. And just very exciting, happy to be here and to represent this team, and very excited to do my things, to be aggressive, to win games.
Yeah, I like that. Thomas, you're you're a very flexible player. Like you can go into all sorts of different positions. Sounds like a lot of players have got very specific plans this year. Is there a specific role for you this year, or are you like all over the place? Like, what's the plan?
I just need the flow, but of course, I am very comfortable to play in the middle, anywhere. But basically, I want to help the team. So basically, I can play goalkeeper if I help the team. But we have Roman Birki, so I don't think so. Yeah. As I said, midfielder is for me the best role I can play, I guess.
Celio, is there anything specific that you are working on in your game at the moment? Are there any things that you go into the season, you're like, I really want to be better at this, and this is like a big focus for me?
Mm-hmm. So I've been working a lot of offensive, defensive, being disciplined. So I just want to be very physically ready to be ready to run 90 minutes if the coach needs me, and be available.
Be available. Lucas, the system that Yoann speaks of, like this big side of it is like, the mental game, knowing where to be in certain situations. How long does it take you to learn that approach, or are you just all in? It's just simple because you've been in the game for a long time?
I think it's going to be a process throughout the season. It's been a demanding 6 weeks, definitely for myself, for everybody, adjusting to, little details, little adjustments. And I think those are going to keep going on throughout the season. But, Yoann is very, very specific in what he wants, but he knows exactly what he wants. So applying those every day and making these little adjustments as they come, as games will come. It's going to be a process that takes 3, 4 months, 5 months, but it's already had enormous progress.
Fantastic. Celio, you're a fan favorite in the building. There are audible shrieks when you come onto the pitch. Does that motivate you? And like my bigger question, like, do you notice it? Like if you're coming on as a sub or you're warming up, do you notice it when you come out? And what does that mean to you as a player?
Yes, I definitely notice, especially the kids. I love them because they are so pure. So I can feel the love. And when I was young, when I saw a soccer player, I always walked with the soccer player in the stadiums. So I try to just give them back, give them attention, make the day better a little bit, with attention. So yeah, it definitely motivates me every day.
Lucas, I was doing some research on you, and I went down some paths, and I landed on this website, and it was like, wow, this is like a serious website. Black and white photos, looked absolutely incredible. And then I get in there, like, this feels like they're going to talk about design or something. And they were. You had an interest in architecture growing up, and you left studying architecture to be a soccer player. Do you still retain an interest in that? Is that like a side passion? Would you ever go back to that at some point?
I do. I love design. I think, when I'm playing football, that's my focus. I obviously have real estate projects on the side, but I had an interesting conversation with Josh Yarrow, who's starting a foundation. And so maybe working on a design or a school design, that's interesting. Celio, he wants a shrine of my face in his apartment. maybe that'll be a project this year, but I think St. Louis has historically some great architecture. So again, I've learned about it and I'm excited to be here, see it in person.
You're sitting in the middle of these two guys. They call you veterans.
He's
on
older.
the internet. They call you veterans. Feels like you're adapting to these two at least. Like, how have you found adapting to the squad? Has it been an easy process for you so far?
No, like I said, all the guys really, it's like a locker room built of really good people, first and foremost. On top of their footballing abilities, you have all different characters, funny guys, intelligent guys, just across the board. It's just been very easy.
Thomas, what's your cheat day look like? If you get a day off in St. Louis, you've been here a long time, so you can't dodge this one. You get a cheat day. Is it? Yoann's not in the room yet, so he might not hear.
I don't know if a nutritionist is here, but is Peyton here? No. All right. To be honest, I like Shake Shack is very, very nice for me.
Shake Shack. Okay.
Shake Shack is good, but yeah.
All right, we've got one more question. We're going to go to Kristen.
Thank you, Pete. I got Phil out here. Phil, thanks for being here. Ask away.
All right, thank you for this opportunity. I want a quick shout out to St. Louis City and the organization. You bring so much energy. You brought so much energy to the city. And one quick shout out to Brittany back here. Thank you very much. You're awesome. My question here is, when you think about St. Louis and its long, rich soccer history, what feels different playing here compared to anywhere else you've played?
Celio Tomas as the OGs here. I think you guys can speak from your experience.
Right, yeah. When I got here, I learned a lot about the history, about the US players that they represent in the World Cup in like very, very long time ago. But they come to our games, to our training facility, and they still have this passion to us, they pass to us. So it's always good to connect with these people, these winners. So it's just good to have these people in the community.
There we go. Okay, round of applause for the guys. That was absolutely brilliant. Oh, sorry, Thomas. Sorry. Sorry, man. I didn't wave though. All right, got a couple of very, very special guests coming in here. Welcome to the stage, Conrad Valum and Roman Berkey. Okay, we're starting strong here. We're starting strong. Roman, good to see you. How are you doing right now? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Tired from preseason, but good.
And how would you say that the preseason went for you?
Pretty good. A lot of new stuff. We had a great time, good weather, a lot of bonding with teammates and everything. So it was great.
Conrad, I don't think most of these people expected to see you back. I think this was a shock. Let's give them a round of applause. Welcome back. How does it feel to be back in St. Louis on a permanent deal?
No, it's great to be back permanently. It's what I wanted personally. So it's great to be back and see all of you guys again.
What was the draw for coming back to St. Louis? What made you sort of push for that move?
It's mainly the people here. It's last year I was just here for 1 year, but still it felt now like I was coming home again. And that's not a regular feeling for a soccer player. It's to all of you guys that makes St. Louis a home, that wanted me to go back personally. So it's a big credit to the people of St. Louis.
There we go. Roman, you said at the start of last year that you were, excited about the changes that were coming. There's a lot of change in the backroom team and with the playing staff. How has that affected the mood in the camp and the energy for you?
Yeah, I think it was kind of like a different world with the new people around, new coaches and everything. I think you could see something changed, in the whole team. Like we have also new players that came up that were integrated very quickly, and also the new additions to our team. Everything was very fluid, like really good, no problems at all. And so we're looking forward to start.
Yoann is a possession-based coach. You are, without doubt, the best goalkeeper in the league, right? In the league. But your ability on the ball is absolutely exceptional. Do you feel like this new system is going to open up your game to more opportunities? Are you excited to play this style of football?
Yeah, I'm excited that we play that style of football. Obviously, compared with the high press that we want, that is the City way of playing. And I think Yoann is the best coach to play this system, could combine both of these things. And for me personally, I'm just very happy to see every player getting better every day with the ball, feeling more confident under pressure with the ball. And sometimes it looks really great from behind the way we play.
Fantastic. Conrad, you're a very versatile player. You kind of pop up all the pitch. You're like all action, you're defending, you're attacking. Could you describe your position and have there been any shifts in what Yoann's asking from you this season?
Yeah, now it's been a short and sharp preseason for me. I came a little bit later than the other guys, but I've gotten a role and some requirements in that role from Yoann. So it looks like it's more in one position than before, and that's also good for me. But as you know, I can also pop in and help the team wherever it's needed.
What objectives do you have for the season? Do you set yourself like goals and assists, or do you have any personal things that you're trying to work on in your game that you can share?
Yeah, personally, maybe 10 goals and assists combined is a goal. But also the most important for sure is the team's goals. And if the team does well, the players within the team also normally reach their goals. So the big part of the success is mostly the team's success.
Brilliant. Roman, you've got extremely high standards. What are your expectations of the team this year? What would make you happy come the end of the year?
Yeah, for us, it's. I think we talked about it in the team as well, that we want to leave a mark. We have broken records in the first season, but if you look at the numbers altogether, goals conceded, goals scores, whatever, we want to have a better season than we had in the first year, and that's our goal internally, between us, and that's something I'm looking forward to.
Awesome. Conrad was stalking your Instagram feed. You seem to be a big fan of American culture, wearing New York t-shirts, showing up in New York. How much of a draw is American culture for you? How much do you enjoy it? And what are your favorite cities to go to in this country?
Let's start with St. Louis, all right?
Yes.
I love American culture. It's very different to European culture. I think both me and Roman has experienced that. It's a very open-minded culture. It's a very welcoming culture. That's also very easy then for new guys to settle in, where there are families and everything. So, and other cities, I've just been a year, so I've just been to New York. That was nice, of course, big city. But yeah, St. Louis is the home.
It's the home, okay. Roman, you went to Europe in the off-season. I saw that you were in London. How was London? What was your favorite thing?
It was great. Unfortunately, I got a little bit sick on the flight to London, so it was a little bit mixed, but I saw Ben. I saw, just great architecture and very good food. So, and obviously then back to Switzerland to the family, which is always my favorite time.
Do you feel like you got a lot of rest and relaxation? Are you charged and ready to go this season?
Yeah, I had a lot of time. We had a long off season, so for me it was plenty of time, and I was looking forward probably halfway through the off season to go back on the field.
Awesome. So we've got the home opener this weekend. How excited is the squad? What's the mood in the camp? Are we confident heading into this season?
Yeah, for sure. It's a new start and a new way of playing. So I think hopefully we're going to excite all the fans also about the way we're going to look at the home opener, and you will have a look into how this season is going to look like. But also it's the start of a process, so we also know that.
Roman?
Yeah, I think for me personally, it's just, like I said, exciting to be back on the field, playing back in front of our fans at home. And just having that feeling again, like getting into the rhythm, playing, spending a lot of time with the guys, with the teammates, and just being in the locker room every day. That's a feeling I heard from a lot of retired players. That's what they miss the most. So for me, it's just I come in every day to be better, to get better, and I'm really looking forward to the first game.
The last question to me before we go to a supporter for a question. This is the hardcore. These are the people that make the noise, that show up every game. How much does their support impact the dressing room, your motivation, how you feel on the pitch?
I think the support impacts even more than the fans think, because when we make a good play or whatever on the field and we hear the cheer from the fans, it's like adrenaline that comes into the body that you don't feel in the day-to-day. And in the stadium, when we hear the cheer of the fans and we know they always got our backs, we want to run and die out there for them. That's the thing.
Roman, do you notice when the fans sing your name? Does it bring you a smile?
Yeah, it depends a little bit on the situation, because sometimes I'm not happy with the guys in front of me. But no, most of the time it's I hear it, and it's great, and I appreciate it, all of you.
Okay, there we go. So we're going to go over to Kristen.
Thank you. This question is for both Roman and Conrad. It's kind of well documented that players tend to have superstitions and pre-match rituals before a match. And I just want to know if you can share with us something unique or maybe even quirky that you personally always tend to do before a match, leading up to a match, that just makes you feel prepared and ready for that match. Thank you.
I don't have any like special ones. I have my routines on game day. It's I have to have a nap, I have to drink electrolytes, all of these things, the normal stuff. But I don't have like any weird ones. I've seen a couple of weird ones. Yeah, and then I've seen the guys do it, and I was like, I'm happy it's not me because it looks stupid. So I've seen guys playing a match before the match has even started in their head. So for me, yeah, I just do have my normal routines, nothing special.
Yeah, I have a kind of like special ritual before the game with Brandon, our equipment manager. So he always prepares 2 gums for me, 2 before I go out for the warm-ups, and I'm just like, I don't want to touch them with my gloves on, so he puts them right in my mouth. And one gum before I leave for the game. And he also puts on my captain's armband. So that's since day one, since we got here, he was doing that, and we kept it.
Awesome. Well, that's all the questions. Roman, Conrad, thank you so much. Let's give them a round of applause.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, we want to hear from some more of our awesome St. Louis City players. That was good, wasn't it? We had fun there? That was good. Okay, I want to welcome to the stage Brendan McSorley, Daniel Edelman, and Thomas Totland. Let's have a big St. Louis round of applause.
Thank you.
Guys, how's it going? How was the preseason? I heard it was hard. That's word on the street.
Yeah, no, it's been a lot of games, but yeah, it's been super hard. We've pretty much had heavy legs the whole preseason, but that's what you sort of want, to feel fresh going into the games now. But yeah, I think everybody has been feeling tired, but at the same time in a good way.
How are you two feeling?
Yeah, I think it's been very encouraging what we've accomplished in 5 weeks. It's been a nice change for me, at least, joining the team and getting to know all the guys. Some good weather down in California, and it's been a great 5 weeks, and we're just looking forward to the first game.
How about you? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. This is my first preseason being actually on the first team, so yeah, it's been a new. It's been a new experience, and yeah, there's new people around, and it feels great, and yeah, it's a good vibe that we have right now. So,
Brendan, you had I told a really beautiful personal story about, after scoring your first goal and how involved your family is in your career. What's been the advice from the family heading into this season? With your first preseason, are they excited for you? Are they giving you calls? How's it going?
Yeah, they're excited for me, and they're coming to the first game. They're driving from New Jersey, so excited to see them for sure.
That's awesome. Daniel, you're new to the squad. I saw your 26-minute podcast. Our PR team got you in early. It was a brilliant podcast. What are you most excited about for the start of the season? Because you are very experienced. You've got a lot of appearances under your belt for someone of your age. What are you looking to bring to the squad this year?
Yeah, I think had a great 4 years with the first team at Red Bull, but just super excited for this new chapter and a great opportunity here. And what I have seen is a vibrant soccer community, and just looking forward to, I mean, the videos and pictures I've seen at Energizer Park are honestly incredible. So I'm just really looking forward to playing in front of all the fans and the community, and just earning the respect of the teammates, the organization. But yeah, honestly, for me, it's a new style of play here, very different than what I've been used to, and it's about breaking some old habits and really looking to apply myself and just really acclimate to the group. And I think it's gone very well so far, but obviously the games are the real test.
Your plays, you're very, very all action, like very aggressive. Like, what are the new bits that you're looking to add to your game?
Yeah, I think the foundation for my game is, of course, defensively. I think being a ball winner, being tenacious, trying to limit the opposing player, the best attacking player on the other team. But I think for me here is to take a next step with the ball and the attacking side of things. So hoping I can show the team and be there for the team and make steps in that regard.
Thomas, could you talk to us a little bit about your early conversations with Yoann? Like, you are an exciting attacking player. Talk to me about what you're going to bring to the team this year. And like, is your role evolving in any way, shape or form? Or are you going to be roaming again?
Yeah, I mean, one of the first conversations that I had with Yoann was like about his playing style and how he wanted to, for us to be on the ball, which is something that I like, and also the playing style that we're playing now with the wing backs is something that I prefer over the normal fullback role. So really looking forward to how this new playing style and formation is going to work for us.
Brendan, you had a great breakout season. Now you're in the mix full time. Have you like acclimated to what this is all about, and like, what are the expectations that you're putting on your own shoulders this season?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been someone that wants to perform at my highest level, and I think I'm the type of person that never thinks I'm fully developed and think I'm the best possible player I can be. So going into this year, I mean, my expectations are score a lot of goals. That's always been
We like that. We like that.
And scoring some. I've never scored at Energizer Park yet, first team. So that's definitely what I want to cross off on the weekend.
Are there any like modern strikers that you look at and try and model parts of your game on? Like, are there any that you look up to, like outside the kind of the standard players? Like,
yeah, that's a good question. Honestly, modern, not really. I like kind of like the older generation, and I try to sort of play like I'm older guy. I like Carlos Tevez.
Wow. Yeah.
I think even though I'm a Man United fan and he switched to Man City, I don't want to get into that, but I think he was a great player. So I would say him probably.
Daniel, you worked with Yoann before. You've mentioned that. Like, how did that impact your decision to come here? And this is his first big coaching job. Like, was he part of the reason that you joined?
For sure, yeah. We had shared USA U20 camp. I was a part of that group for numerous years, and he was the assistant coach at the first camp that we had. And yeah, I've known him. We've talked for a while. He's been the assistant at Columbus, and we've always had some little chats after the games. And as well with Corey, I had known, and they had presented me a big project. I do have to say he was the assistant coach when we knocked him out of the 2024 playoffs. So that was like pretty funny feeling to talk to him again about that. But
mention that after you signed the contract.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Had to be sure. No. But yeah, the project was really intriguing for me to come to St. Louis, obviously with the city, and yeah, it was time for a change for me, and what the philosophy that and the culture that Yoann had already set was really exciting for me, and it's definitely nice to have a familiar face walking into a new place.
Thomas, how did you spend the off season? Did you go back to Europe? Like, what was the holiday plans? How did it look?
It was mostly just in Bergen, my hometown. So yeah. When you're home, you get pulled in all of the directions. Everybody wants a piece of you. So, yeah, maybe next year I'll just stay here. But no, it was nice. Not the same weather as here, but yeah, rainy and gray and dark. But no, it was nice to see the family and friends. But yeah, I was sort of after 2 weeks looking forward to come back.
So this is a kind of a question to all of you, and I want to ask all of the players that are coming through because it's really interesting to get their takes. You've had 2 training camps in the off season. Like, what would your sort of like top line review of those training camps be? Like, how is the energy in the camp? Like, how is the mood? How is building relationships with people? Like, how is it going for everybody?
Go ahead, Todd. Yeah, I think you can feel that it's a whole new energy in the club, and yeah, all the new players that have come in have brought a lot of energy, and yeah, going into this first game on Saturday, it feels like the energy is up really high.
Yeah, for me, I mean, there's a sense of a professionalism that, I mean, I've been here, I guess, my 3rd year now, and something about this year feels a lot different than the other 2, and definitely the past 2 years have been tough, but I think it's turning a corner, and yeah, I'm super excited to work with the new staff and see where we go.
Daniel, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I would just kind of reiterate what Brendan said and Todd said. It's a great energy. I think coming in, I'd previously known the past years might have not been the best, and I think the city wants more and deserves more, and I think that's what this group of players and the management this year are gonna aim to do, and get the team back into playoffs, and we're gonna set these high goals because that's what it's all about, winning. And yeah, I think the group has the tools to really be successful, and I see a lot of promise coming along.
Very exciting. Why don't we go to Kristen for a support question?
Yes, we have Chris and Rick. Rick, I'll let you go first.
Perfect. Hey guys, thanks for coming out tonight. With the World Cup coming up this summer and so many different home countries represented amongst the team members, is there any friendly competition among teammates about the World Cup and who you think might win?
I mean, I'm a USA guy through and through. There's Jaziel Orozco who supports Mexico, and yeah, I always like to beat them 2-0. So sorry, Isabella, love you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of torn between USA and Norway. Yeah, this is the first World Cup for Norway in like 25 years, and yeah, they're looking pretty good. So I think I'll be on both sides this year.
Chris, what would you like to ask the boys?
Just a quick question. With the Winter Olympics going on, if you were playing in the Winter Olympics, what event would you compete in?
Tots, I know you got a pretty good story because I know your parents have a winter sport, yeah?
Yeah, so both my parents were cross-country skiers, and yeah, my mom was probably a little bit better than my dad, even though he says he was a great sprinter. But yeah, growing up, they always wanted me to do cross-country skiing, but yeah, it never really fell into my heart, and yeah, I gave it up pretty quick.
Are you okay? Were you skiing or you?
No, I had ankle surgery back in September, but I was at the park for all of our games on a knee scooter.
Oh, wow.
To end the season.
That's impressive. Well, I hope you feel better.
Brendan, I see you doing something like extravagant, like skeleton or something. Don't you guys see that?
I was thinking curling.
Daniel?
Maybe bobsled.
Nice. Who would be on your team?
Who would be on my team?
Yeah.
Brendan just said to say him, so Brendan.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, well, let's give it up for the guys. That was fantastic. Okay, do we want more players? Do we want more players? I think we want more players. Welcome to the stage, new signing Dante Polvara and Josh Yarrow. Woo! Okay, welcome to the stage. We've got someone who's brand new and someone who's been here for 4 years now. 4 years. Josh Yarrow. Yeah. Josh, I want to ask you, you've been at a lot of preseason trainings. How has this camp been for you? What are you excited about?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you mentioned I've been here for 4+ years now and going through different coaches and all that. I think this preseason was really structured, which I do love, because as a player, when you have structure, you are clear about what the expectations are and what you are supposed to do on the field and off the field. And I think this coaching staff has done a wonderful job of making sure that we know exactly what we're supposed to do and provides us with a lot of structure. And so it's been a fun, good preseason, and we're excited. I hope you guys are, because what we've been doing this preseason has been really good, and we're looking to transfer that onto the field this weekend and beyond.
Dante, welcome. Introduce you to the fans. Give them a big round of applause. How has the St. Louis welcome been for you so far, and what convinced you to move back from Scotland?
Well, I had a very good conversation with the manager and Corey, and everything they had to say. Obviously, them not being from here as well, sort of why they were interested in coming here. I've kept tabs on the MLS, so I've seen that we have a great fan base, so that was important to me.
There we go.
Yeah. Look, there's a lot about the club that's very new, obviously. And I think in this transition into a new project, it was kind of an opportunity to be a part of something completely different. For me and my girlfriend to be back in the US is nice, but honestly, just very excited. I've only spent like a day here, and it was freezing. And I told my family we're never coming back here. And 4 years later, it's the first place I'm back. So it's funny how life works. But I remember at the time I was seeing the stadium, it wasn't fully done yet. So pretty cool to now be returning to an amazing stadium, and I can't wait to see it full.
And can I ask a question about Scotland? Because I'm from the UK. What are you going to miss the most about life in Scotland?
Well, not the weather. I say the people. And they are very passionate people. They're very funny. They have to be, or else it'd be pretty depressing there. So they create a lot of their own fun. They get themselves into trouble too, but it's a great time. I had a great change room and great fans as well there. So I'll miss the people the most.
That's awesome. Josh, you've been here a while. You show up in the community unannounced to all of these events. Like, how much does this fan base mean to you personally? And do we expect to see you popping up all over St. Louis randomly again this year for the supporters?
You never know where you're going to find me. But I said this in 22 and when I actually started with the next pro year, because when I first got here, I remember meeting some of the fans and they said, this city always shows up. I said, okay, well, I mean, every fan base says that, right? Every fan base always says, we're the best. But what does that really mean? And I remember it was a preseason game in our next pro year, and the Luligans and all the fans showing up with drums, lots of people. And I was like, okay, this is going to be something special. And throughout the next pro years, throughout our first year, in MLS and beyond, it's been fantastic. It's been amazing. And I think this fan base is really a community, because most fans they just follow the team. But I think this fan base cares about the players, cares about the community and the people, and that shows every time we are in the stadium. So thank you guys very much for everything that you've done for this club. Right. Because case in point, even in the difficult moments, you guys still stuck with us and you've always been behind us. And I promise the staff, everyone in this club, the players, everyone is doing everything that we can to turn this around, to reward you, for everything that you've done for us over the past years.
It's pretty exciting. We like to hear that. Josh, you've been a leader at the club for a long time. You've seen, some of the high highs and the low lows. How could you describe the difference between what you're seeing this season with the new leadership that's in place, new players like Dante coming into the mix?
I mean, I kind of mentioned in the beginning, but you can see clearly that there's a direction. There's a direction that this club it's heading towards, and it's a good direction. And I think that's the big difference I've seen this year in the short term that we've had, preseason and all that, to maybe years back. And I think, like I said, you have a lot of staff that are working tirelessly, to make sure that this club has everything it needs to not only win games, but to compete and do well and become a household name, in the league. And I think, you can see that happening in the players that are brought in. You can see that happening in the coaching staff that were appointed, and all the pieces that have been put in place to make sure that this club can be successful. And so it's really exciting. It's a new direction, a new era, but also really exciting because I think we have the right people in place to make sure that this club, it's working towards its goal. And that starts with, the GM and the coaching staff and everyone that was brought in. And so far, from what I've seen, what I've felt, I can tell you that it's really exciting. And you guys will see that this weekend. You guys will see that, beyond this weekend and for the rest of the season. And collectively, I think we're heading towards a really good direction as a club.
That's great to hear. All right. Let's give these two a big round of applause. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Dante. Oh, Josh has got one more thing.
I've got it. Hold on. I got a quick question. Dante and I we sort of knew each other before this, but we have a connection. I'm curious to see if anyone in the audience actually knows what that connection is.
Give us a hint.
I've been following Josh around. That's the hint.
That's a good way to put it. Yes. Do you know what college that is? Wow, she's got it.
Oh my. We need a prize over here. We need a prize.
For that, I'll give you this.
Okay.
And a scarf.
There you go.
There you go.
That was awesome. Let's give it up for Dante and Josh Yarrow. Does anybody want to speak to the latest sporting director named Corey Wray? That's what we want. Welcome to the stage, Corey.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Hi.
How you doing, Corey?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Okay, it's been a whirlwind 3 months for you. How are you feeling about the energy around the club at the moment and the work that you've done so far?
I feel great. Obviously, it's the work that I've done so far, so I feel pretty damn good. But we have a long way to go. I think there's a lot of things that we need to continue to focus on, but I'm very, very happy with what we've added so far in just under 4 months, I think. When you talk about the staff, the players, and some of the things that you guys don't see, I'm pretty happy with where we're at.
Carolyn mentioned earlier, it's not just players that you're bringing in. It's a new backroom team that you're building out very quickly. Can you talk to us about some of the hires and how important having a backroom team in place is for, what you've got planned moving forward?
Yeah, I think these events don't necessarily help you guys understand that it's not just about me. It does seem like I just watch a video and pick a player, or, we just have a player pathway with players moving up and down pretty easily, or everything just runs perfectly. That would be great if I was that skilled, but it's crucial to have a bunch of people behind me to help me with that. And so I think one of the biggest initiatives outside of getting better players and us, returning the team to where I think it belongs, as a very competitive team that one day will compete for championships consistently. we need to make sure that we make really good decisions more often than not. And I think by adding really good people, that's something that's really, really important to me. And we've been very happy with the support and the people that we brought in so far. And we will continue to do so probably within the next 6 months to add out some of our other departments.
You've just met with City supporters and gave them a presentation to talk about what your vision is for the club moving forward. How important is the connection that you and your team builds with people like this in this room right now?
I think it's crucial because otherwise I'm just sitting in the office thinking we're doing a great job. And I think it's important for you guys to hold us accountable. I will say that we are doing everything we can to be as competitive as possible. But the feedback is great. It's pretty immediate in games. So I don't think you have to worry about coming up to me on the street too much and letting me know. I'm my harshest critic as well. And so for you guys, you can rest assured if something's not right, we will work every day to improve it.
There's talk about, the process and the success doesn't happen overnight. What are your expectations for the season and how should fans think about, the various blocks as you go through?
Yeah, look, I'll tell you guys, I know you don't care. We want to be as competitive as possible, but to do so, and I think it's a trade-off that I'll ask of you guys, we want to be good every single year. We want to be competing for playoffs and winning playoff games and one day getting to the finals and winning those finals more consistently than not. To do so, there's questions that I need to answer. Like, should I take a short-term decision to be good for a hot second, or should we be patient and disciplined to make sure that we have a team that is going to be something that you guys can be proud of for many years? I would err on the second option, but with the idea that, look, we are going to compete. The guys are going to work hard. Our staff is going to be the best staff that we have working day to day. I can promise you that. But it takes a little bit of time. Again, I've been here for just under 4 months. All these processes, hiring people, changing cultures, getting the right profiles, benchmarking the right profiles, building a scouting department, adding a data department to make more informed decisions. Those things don't happen overnight. But when we do have all those things, the idea is to reduce the risk when we're signing players, to make better decisions day after day. And I think that the more I can explain that to you guys, the more you understand that I think we're on the right track.
Yeah, this is fantastic. One of the most crucial hires that you make as a sports director is the coach. You hired Yoann. Could you talk the fans through, what you've seen early on in his start there, and what made him such an attractive proposition for you?
Yeah, I don't know if he's here to hear because he might. I think he's going to hear and come and ask for a new contract. But guys, we've been blown away. The work ethic, the way he prepares. I'm sure the players have explained it as well. This is someone who is completely dedicated to getting this team on the right track. He's a very clear communicator. He's very modern in his coaching principles and techniques. And in general, the most important thing that I told you guys, he's a good person. And I think if we put the people ahead of a lot of the process and make sure we have the right people in the building, we can achieve really good things. So I'm very proud that we do have a great person along with the rest of the staff. And I think that will lend itself to tough times, which again, this is a new franchise. You can say you had tough times, but I've been in some places you hadn't made the playoffs for the first 8 years of our history. So you guys do have a little bit of a leg up on that. We'd like to get that back on track. But Yoann is going to be super dedicated to making sure we're as good as quickly as possible, which I mentioned is a goal for us as well.
So what should fans expect from this season? Is it too early to set objectives in a room like this when we're just having a quiet little podcast together?
Yeah, I would say, look, we are going to take it game by game. I think the season is super unique in that we have a little bit of a runway into a break. We just finished preseason. So typically that's when you finish a lot of the fine details on things. We get to the World Cup break and we almost have another preseason. So we look at this squad. My goal in the offseason was to raise the floor of the group, to make us more competitive as a team, to align the profiles more closely to what the coach is looking for. And then see what happens for the first little bit. I mean, see what happens, kick ass and win all the games, but do our best. I think that's important, but let's see. And then we could take a step back. We can reassess. And just in case you don't know, the summer window is typically the best window for us to acquire the most players, and it's the best one to enter the market in. And so we've kind of set it up to allow for some flexibility until then, take stock of where we're at, and then hopefully go for it. So that would be the plan and see where it lands. But of course, we don't always control what's out there, but we will make some better decisions come this summer as well.
I'm seeing some nodding heads in the front row over there. They're excited by that. The club is short of forward at the moment. How ambitious are you going to be in filling that position? And what are you looking for in the market?
Yeah, define ambitious. I mean, like, I should be very, very clear. Like, I came here to win. You need difference makers to win in the playoffs. I have a good understanding of what that looks like. I've recruited pretty well over the past years in this area, but it has to be the right person for St. Louis City. So with that, we will go out to find players that can make a huge impact in those key games, that can elevate us out of just competing for something and really put a mark on not just the team, but also the city. So we will look for that. We will have the processes set up. That's ongoing now. And we look to add people that are really going to get you guys off your feet, get us into really important matches, and hopefully carry us in the playoffs. So that would be my ambition. Now we need to find that person and make sure we deliver on it.
And final question. The people in this room are responsible for creating one of the noisiest atmospheres in MLS, the noisiest atmosphere in MLS. As the sporting director, you've worked across lots of different clubs that have won things. How important is it to have the backing of people like this, and like how does it impact players, coaching staff, and the things that you're trying to do?
I mean, it's huge. So I think obviously it's easier to be supportive in the winning times. I think, while we go through this and start to realign some of the things we want to do on the field, we believe we're going to create an exciting product in terms of the style of play, but we really need you guys to really stick through it. It's something that I've been told and that I know about this group as well, that you are just looking for us to give a really strong effort, to compete in games, to never give up. And so that I promise you right off the hop. But this crowd, again, I've only been here for the US friendly, but this crowd, from watching multiple games and obviously understanding from players what it's like, I'm very excited to hear the noise. I'm very excited to give you guys something that you can be proud of. But I would say, most importantly for the players, like, stick to this. We will be very good. And I think it's very important to give us a little bit of patience as we get through. But the players, it means a ton to have you guys backing them week after week. And I know we won't take that for granted.
And that's it. That's Corey Wray, our sporting director. Big round of applause. Thank you, Corey. We've got one more person left. Who wants to speak to Yoann Damet? Let's welcome the new head coach of St. Louis City, SC Yoann. Welcome, Yoann. How are you settling into St. Louis so far?
Yeah, very good, very good. Like, I haven't spent too much time, like a lot of time on the road preparing with the guys, but it's been great. I've been enjoying it.
You've been a coach for a long time. You started when you were 15 years old, which is like very young, even by young coaches' standards. How different has it been taking on the head coach role, and are you enjoying it so far?
Yeah, it's been great. Like, when you work with, I think Corey mentioned that a couple of times, when you work with good people every day and you do what you love, like, it's the dream. So I've been living my dream the past 5 weeks. I hope this dream is gonna continue. I hope the team is gonna do well this season, and we're working really hard behind the scene to produce that. So it's been amazing. Yeah.
Watching you at your training sessions, you seem to be very tightly knit with the coaches that you've brought in so far. Is that the way that you're going to work with them moving forward this season? And like, how much of that is like past relationships? So talk to me about your coaching staff.
The coaching staff is a mix between people I knew from the previous experiences. So David, I've known for 20 years. We grew up together. We started to coach together. Marcelo, I met along the way in LA Galaxy, former player, very successful. And the rest of the staff has been there for a few years now. So I think it's been a great mix of understanding the context of the club, understanding the players, but also guys that have had experiences in winning. So like having Marcelo there, having Baggio there, like definitely bring that side. Having David on the tactical side as well brings like a different kind of insight. So I think it's a great mix we have.
How are the new players gelling with the squad, and how impressed have you been so far?
Very good. It's good. I think they bring a lot of like fresh energy. Like I mentioned that earlier this week. I think having new faces brings some new energy to the place, where we're looking for people that are hungry, that are coming here to represent like with pride the club, the city. Those guys have done just that since they came. I think they're all very excited to see you guys this weekend.
We met with the supporters earlier on in the week, and you mentioned, what your sort of non-negotiables are, or what your expectations are of the players. Would you mind sharing a couple of those things that you demand on a day-to-day?
Yeah, we've tried to set some standards. So we're trying to evolve things with the players, and in evolving things, there is the way we work, the way we're gonna play, but also there is the standards we're putting every single day on the players. So we've implemented a couple of those. One of them, for example, is All for City, which is something familiar to you, but for us means togetherness, means like fighting for one another, representing one another, but also taking pride in each other's success. Another one is Our Way, is doing things our way, being on the front foot, being proactive. And maybe one more for you is like Earn It. We have to earn everything. And this goes every single day in training. And of course, it's going to go like on this Saturday and for the season to come.
Preseason results have been mixed, but you've been talking about performances and that you're looking for slightly, different things. It's not just results in preseason. Can you tell me what you're looking for from the team at the moment, and how long will it take before your ideas start to really sort of settle into this squad?
I think we've seen a lot of those ideas already. I've been pretty pleased with the way the players and the group have taken on board like those ideas. I think you guys probably watched the game against Austin. You probably watched some other games. Like preseason is a lot about evaluating, about putting guys together. We had a first phase that was very much about connecting. So making sure the players connect with each other. And we had a second phase, much more about like relationship, developing those relationships that you guys will see on the pitch. So we've put a lot of focus on that, on implementing those ideas and making sure we focus on the performance, making sure on the controllables. We control what we can control, which is the playing style, which is the way we're going to try to defend and the way we're going to try to attack. So that's been the main focus in preseason, and I've been very pleased with what I've seen. Now it's about consistency. Like games last 90 minutes. In preseason, there is like a couple of minutes here and there. So we're just trying to get the guys consistent over the course of the game and manage the ups and downs, because in 90 minutes, you can't have full control. So it's about like how you deal with the ups of the games, but how also you deal with the downs of the game.
Everybody seems to be connecting really well. So everybody seems really happy.
And very funny, apparently.
There's some funny. Timo was pretty funny, right? Is that something that you're seeing in this squad? Is there energy levels a really good level of people enjoying the training sessions? Are you feeling like you're getting the maximum out of them? They said that it was a very hard pre-season.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. I think I take that as a compliment. Most of them have said like it's been a tough 5 weeks, which is a great thing for our coaching staff. We're very happy about that. Now, the group has been amazing. Like you guys have a good group of players that are representing the city with pride and are good human beings. They are pushing each other. They've enjoyed each other's company. Like I've been amazed, to be honest, after a few days to see those guys like hanging around, spending time. The thing you need to know is in preseason, we spend 24/7 together. We take breakfast together, we eat lunch together, eat dinner together. The days are very long. And when guys after dinner at night are still hanging around and spending time and playing cards, I think it says a lot about like the group and the culture we're trying to develop.
Could you tell the fans in your own words the type of soccer that you're looking to bring to Energizer Park this season?
I'd say I'd use 3 things that we're going to try to have like right off the bat. Is we're going to be aggressive. We're going to be on the front foot. We're going to try to take control of games. We're going to be proactive. That's the second thing. We're going to try to really like dictate the way the game is going to go. And the last thing is we're going to be competitive. That's the ask on the group, the ask on the player is like, we have to be competitive. We have to fight for everything. I spoke about earning it, this goes with the mindset we want to instill in the group. So for us, it's very important that when we finish the game, when we look back, we have those three things: aggressive, proactive, and competitive. And that's going to be a good way to assess the start of the season.
What's the most important thing the fans in this room can do to help the project this season for you?
I think, again, like I've seen the support from far. I came in the stadium last year. I was pretty amazed with what I've witnessed. I'm excited, really excited. I spoke to the players about the privilege it is to start the season at home and play in the stadium, and expect you guys to all show up. So I definitely say you showing up, cheering on the team as you've done so far, like those previous years, but also believing in what we're building. Like Corey said, it's a process. Like patience is going to be something that is going to be important, getting behind the team, getting behind the players. And again, those guys, they will give everything for you guys, I guarantee.
St. Louis City. Yeah. St. Louis as a city loves the Open Cup. They want to know, what is your commitment? What is your promise to the Open Cup this year?
We're going to go all in.
So can we ask about your sort of expectations for the season? I don't want you to give away anything internally. How are you feeling about expectations? What do you want to achieve this season? And what should our fans have in the back of their head as they go into these games?
Again, like we just spoke about US Open Cup. For me, it's a great way to look at competing every day and earning things. The US Open Cup, you win a couple of games, 6 or 7 games, and you lift the first trophy in the club history. So that's why we're going to go all in. We're going to put everything onto that because we want to be the first to lift the trophy for you guys and with you guys. The second thing I'm going to say is, like, this place is pretty special, like, because of you. And I think the stadium has to be back at being a fortress, being a difficult place to play. So this is going to be part of our goal as well, like being a place, like recreating that feeling of having a place where a team don't want to come, they don't want to play us because they know it's going to be difficult. So having that home field advantage with you guys, but also providing it with us and the performances is going to be something important. And of course, like we look at every season, competing for playoff is definitely something that is on the agenda for us.
Very exciting. So the final question of the show, at the end of this year, how would you like to look back on the year? What would you like to say about what would be the 3 things that would make you happy about the season you've just had?
I'd speak about one, maybe. Like we spoke a lot about trajectory, like, and that's what I'm gonna assess the season on. Like, is the trajectory. We're starting this weekend, game 1 of 34, and we hope there will be more than 34. We'll hope there will be more than 34 because US Open Cup, because the playoffs. But what we're looking at really is to assess the trajectory of the team. Game 1, game 34, are we going up? Are we improving? Are we getting better? Are we delivering like day in, day out? That's the biggest thing I will be looking at. There will be ups and downs. Every season is like that. There will be moments where the team will struggle. There will be great moments. The biggest thing for me is not to get carried away in the highs or in the lows, to remain stable and to look at the bigger picture. The trajectory we want to be on is a trajectory that is going up, and that's going to be the most important when I look back at the end of the season.
Well, there you have it, everybody. That's Yoann. Yoann, thank you so much for spending time with us. To the City fans, thank you for showing up, making noise and making everybody feel really welcome.
Thank you.
Ciao for now.
Show of hands, who's going to be there this Saturday? Energizer Park, St. Louis City SC, Charlotte! All right, well, before we let you guys go, can we make some noise for our incredible host here tonight, Pete Wood? 2 out of 2, you did it, you did it. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you we don't take your time for granted. We hope that you had an amazing time, and hopefully we can do something similar next year, and hopefully we're going to have a great season. So thank you for your support. You are the best fans in MLS, no doubt. Have a good night. Thank you.